Hello, everyone. Just here to make sure that the stream is working okay. I think that comments are enabled, so you can tap something into the sidebar just on the side of the screen. And yeah, we're not starting for another 15 minutes, but I thought I'd dip in early doors. I'm going to go get myself a drink and just run through the last few questions myself, get comfortable. And also, if you are interested and you are watching, there are £1,000 raised already, which is incredible. So that's brilliant. And in the meantime, I'm going to go and get myself a drink. And at 7:30, now is just gone 7:15, we will start the quiz. So I will see you all very shortly. Hello to those of you that are already tuned into the live stream. Welcome to Theo's Big Night In. I think that you should be able to hear me okay. If there's any problems with anything, and you can't see me, or it's buffering, or it's been a bit slow, just tap it into the comment section. I'll be picking those up as the quiz, as we go through the quiz. Anyway, do get yourselves a drink, settle in, and I hope that you are all ready to take part in what is a wonderfully put together quiz. And by wonderfully put together, I mean been stressing about it until this very morning. We've raised over £1,000 already, so thank you so much if you have donated. And if you haven't, Theo's Big Night In, text that to 70085, and that donates £10. But do check the bill pays permission first if you don't pay the bill for the phone. But I'll be back in just a moment. I am going to go and get myself a drink, and I'll be with you shortly. Hello. Every time I go away from the computer, I always see that there are more people logging on, which is fantastic news. Thank you so much. If you've just got me sort of on the side at the moment or turned down, don't worry. We're not starting for another 10 minutes or so. So that's absolutely fine. I just thought I'd run through a few things for you. We've already raised over £1,000 for tonight's Theo's Big Night In. So thank you so much. And if you're wondering how you can donate, there is a Just Giving link, which is in the little comments sort of info box at the bottom. And also you can text in. I've got the number just behind me. I will keep reminding you probably throughout the entire quiz. 70085, text Theo's Big Night In, and that donates £10 to the charity. We're just going to have a bit of fun this evening. And there's some good questions, not least from some of our patrons and also former patient of the Children's Hospital as well. So all money raised tonight will be going to the Children's Hospital charity, which of course is the charity that supports the Children's Hospital in Sheffield. We've been so lucky that so many of you have embraced this, have got involved, and also, wow, I mean, you'll see some of the videos that have been sent in from some really great people, some great names, some of our patrons of the charity as well. The Just Giving link has just popped into the comment section. Do say hello if you want to. The comment section is open for everybody. Do be respectful. I don't mind a little bit of banter, but try and keep it clean, please, if at all possible. And also, I want to know how you're getting on in the quiz. That's the main bit, isn't it? If you think you've got a really good answer right, do pop it into the comment section. And we can go through some of them as well. I want it to be interactive, want to have lots of fun. So pour yourself a drink, pour yourself a glass of wine or a soft drink or a mug of something, settle in, get the slippers on, or maybe you've dressed up like me tonight. Hello from Team Jack. Hi from Team Jack. Hello there, wherever you are watching from. I have done several of the Children's Hospital events before myself. My name's James, by the way, and I absolutely love doing them. The atmosphere is always great. So it's a little bit weird. I'm now sat in this room all by myself without hearing the cheers and jumping around of the glow run, particularly the workout bit. But really looking forward to this evening, and hopefully you can spread a little bit of cheer. And also, I want to know if you've done any revision, because I did put a message out on Twitter earlier saying that there was some Sheffield-based questions. So thank me in the comment section if you managed to do a little bit of Sheffield revision and it helped you get some right later on. But we'll be starting in around sort of 7 or 8 minutes time, but we'll try and wait for as many people to log on as possible before we get going. I'm already getting a little bit hot in this, but I'm going to try and stick with it throughout. It's the first time I've actually put some proper clothes on for a long time, as I'm sure is the case with many people. It's a weird time, isn't it? But yeah, do settle in. It's Theo's Big Night In, and we'll be getting underway properly very shortly. Sarah Osborne family here and ready to quiz. That's great, Sarah. I hope that you enjoy yourselves, and I want to know, is it like a team thing that you're doing? Is it like a family effort, or are you all sort of going against each other individually? I want to know. Let me know, because I know what it can be like in my family. It gets very competitive on the quizzing front. So I'm going to go get myself a drink. I'm going to go get myself a little bit more comfortable, or as comfortable as you can when you're in a jacket and tie sat in your bedroom. But I look forward to speaking to you all very shortly. And we've now got numbers rising every second closer we get to 7:30, which is excellent. So anyway, I'll shut up now. I'll let you focus for the next 6-7 minutes. And I'll say a little hello to the Smith sisters as well. Hello. And keep those comments coming in. I want to read more and more of them. Now then, we're all drinked up, and wow, we've got loads more comments in. We've got loads more of you watching as well. So I'll run through a quick few hellos. Welcome to Theo's Big Night In, by the way, if you have just tuned in and you are just managing to say hello as well. Russ Danzy, hello. Yes, I went to school with Russ, actually. Louise, the Hood family are ready and waiting. Hi from Jill and Andy. Hello there, Jill and Andy. And also Andy and Cherry are ready to go. Hi from the Valentines. Hello there. I just thought this would be, something really, really fun to do. And an amazing team at the Sheffield Children's Hospital charity have put this together. And Nicole Fowler, family in Hull, playing along well. I hope you've done your revision on Sheffield. You've only got 2 or 3 more minutes to try and cram in some Sheffield knowledge if you can. Hi, Alex, George and Jess from Alex Gardner. Hello there and welcome along to the quiz. Numbers are going up in their droves. This is great. Hello from the Collies in Stocksbridge and hi from the Benson family. This is great. The interaction's brilliant. It's like being, a proper pub quiz until I actually get started. And then you'll realise that I'm not quite up to the task. I'm looking dapper, apparently. Thank you very much, Max. And hi from the Ovenden family. Yes, dapper maybe, but uncomfortable I certainly am because, I'm sat in a bedroom talking to myself, essentially. So I hope we can have a bigger laugh as we possibly can. There's lots and lots of people tuning in. If people are struggling with the link, by the way, to this, I know that we have fiddled around with the live stream a little bit. Do make sure that if you know somebody who's doing it and they can't get on, just send them this link and it should work, or tell them to refresh and they should be greeted by me sat in the bedroom with these 2 magnificently professional signs behind me and wearing an ill-fitting jacket. And also, this is my dad's tie, but don't tell him that. I just quite like this tie. It goes quite nicely with this jacket. And also, it's the first time that I've actually dressed up properly for some time. Loads more messages coming in. Hello from the Hurd family. They're playing with the Osborns, the Billhouse family and the Webster family, the Watkis family. They've got their own pens and paper in the Webster family. Right, okay, so it's not a team effort then. You're not going for it as a Webster family team. You're going as individuals. I like that a lot. Hello from the Colders in Sheffield. Hello from the Wellsbys. And hi from the Mackins in Millhouses, Sheffield. Thank you to all the work that everybody does. I'll run through that in just a moment when we get to past and we've got as many people logged on as we possibly can. Hello from another Jill and Andy. Now, is that going to be a little competition between the Jill and Andys? Potentially. Who's going to be the winners? I want you to be honest and I want you to let me know in the comments who wins out of those lot and just put your points in. Also, by the way, don't give the teams the answers in the comment section. That'd be really, really stupid, wouldn't it? Neil Castle from Uddersfield. I like the way you've left the H off Uddersfield. The Nightingale family in Lower Walkley are joining in as well. The Purdy family. The Carvers all the way across in Liverpool. So hello to you. Thank you for joining. Team Clark in Walkley, all ready to go. And all that for the dollar. Hi, I love this. Hope you raise a lot of money. Well, I can tell you, if you are just tuning in, we've already raised over £1,000 just from this event alone, which is wonderful. And that is going up and up as each minute goes by, which is wonderful. I'll try and get a final total before the end of the quiz later. You can text in Theo's Big Night In, all one word, to 70085, and that donates £10 straight into the hospital's charity fund, if you like, and that is brilliant. There's also a Just Giving page, and I think that the guys who are running the page will be posting that in the comments section. I keep missing lots of comments because there's so many coming in. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by this. This is great. So Lisa, part of Aseptic's team at the Children's, whole family ready to go. Hi from the Ball family in Sheffield. 2 teams over here. Now, how have you divided that up? I'm intrigued to know. Family Jennings from Chapeltown. Just a yay from Alex. Brilliant. Is that because I gave you a shout out a minute ago? I think it might possibly be. The Lodge Ford clan in Owlthorpe. Hello from the White family in Sheffield. Amy and Lexi are looking forward to this. Good luck to you, Amy and Lexi. There are lots of really good questions. Sheldons are ready. Low family are ready. They're from Beechiff. And hi from the Talbot family in Thorpe Hesley. Catherine, Matt, Megan, and Emily in Menston. Hi from Charlotte, Kyle, and Freddie in Tankersley. Shout up to Triple B. Tell Ben and Katie we're going to whoop their butts. I shouldn't really be telling people that. The Just Giving link has just been posted, by the way, once again in the comments from the Children's Hospital charity admin. The Cound family in North Anston, Team Walford in Abbeydale, Team Misler ready to go, playing from Ridgeway. Hi to all our friends playing tonight. Go Team Swift. The Hartleys are ready. The Vernons are also ready. And Team George are ready. And Handsworth playing from Halifax. The Biggins are in. Thank you to James Biggin, and Ironside's already in Handsworth, Sheffield. Right, I'm going to have to stop reading some of these comments out. I will go back to them very shortly, but I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about what tonight is about. So basically, a really good evening to everyone. This is Theo's big night in. It's strange times that we find ourselves in, isn't it? Basically, we're going to try and provide you with some entertainment, hopefully in the form of a quiz. A few laughs along the way. Even I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because it's just me talking to myself, aided beautifully, of course, by all the comments that are coming in. Lauren and Ben here from the Netherlands. Miss you, Sheffield. Who doesn't miss Sheffield? Team Kingswood already. Team Jack already as well. Team Hargrave, Amaya, Joe, Mum and Dad in Deepcar, and Team Thomas in Northampton are ready. You can text Theo's Big Night in to 70085 to donate £10. Of course, look, there's lots of people who have got events planned and they are being cancelled at the moment, which is, really annoying and really unfortunate, just for the sake of everybody's safety. And it's the same with the Children's Hospital. A lot of the events that people are organising are just being cancelled at the moment. So we hope that you don't mind donating. We are really, really grateful for every single penny that we get in at the moment. I also just want to say a bit of a shout out as well to the Children's Hospital staff. We know that a lot of them are coming in. They are going to be playing along tonight. We just want to say a massive thank you to those guys for everything that they do, supporting the public and patients and families at this difficult time. You are all absolute legends, needless to say. In fact, everybody, I think, should just raise a glass or a mug or a bottle at the moment just to say thank you. So there we go. That's my off-screen beverage of choice this evening. I'm just keeping it out of view. So yes, you are all absolute heroes. Now, tonight has been organised basically to help those staff and patients and families at the hospital. And we're asking, if you can, you make a donation. But without any further ado, I shall get going on the quiz. Every pound donated, of course, makes a big difference. There are going to be 4 rounds tonight. Our rounds are going to be sport, TV, film, geography, and general knowledge. And also, I'll just start things off because yesterday on the social media pages of the Children's Hospital, they were sharing a couple of videos, and there are a lot of videos that are going to be shown tonight because some of the rounds are completely comprised of videos. But we saw a couple from Jessica Ennis and Joe Root going out on our social media pages. So whilst we just wait for the stragglers to come in onto the Theo's Big Night in page, onto this chat, I just thought I would give you the answers to those. If you've not seen them, I will play the questions for you. And the first one came from Jessica Ennis.
What will I be organising on Sunday afternoon? I'll give you options. A, my wardrobe. B, the kids' toys. Or C, the garage.
Now, that was going out on social media. If you've not seen that before, I'll give you a few seconds just to think about it. But Jessica Ennis, of course, Olympic great, as a patron of our charity as well. Amazing. What is she doing? What is the glamour leading her to do on Sunday? Well, here's the answer from Jess.
It was a Friday.
Oh, now I've just given you an answer to one of the questions. Now that is really, really awkward. Hopefully you can forget that. Here is what she's doing on Sunday.
And the answer is the kids' toys, because there are too many and they are everywhere.
I feel her pain. And also I feel her pain because I played completely the wrong video, which is a complete shame. Anyway, I won't dwell on that too much. I will start you off also because Joe Root, the England cricket captain, who has most recently become a patron of the Children's Hospital, he sent in a little teaser video for this quiz as well. And I'll play that video to you now in case you have not seen it.
How many attempts will it take for me to get this tea bag into that mug? Is it A1, B, 3, or C, 5?
Now, you think England cricket captain be pretty good at doing his fielding practice, even if it is only involving a tea bag and a mug. Well, I can tell you that it took him 1 attempt. If you can't see that, I'll play it for you again. Straight in. Not bad, eh? Not bad. That's the only fielding practice that Joe is getting at the moment. So I think we'll start the quiz, shall we? We'll give it another 30 seconds or so. There are still people logging on at all the time. Hello to everybody taking part. Hello, Lisa and Wayne. Hello from the Owen family in Swallow Nest as well. Team Tissington in Dahl are ready to go. And shout out to my mum, Michaela and Draycott family, who works for the charity. Hello there to you. Hello to Pauline and Neil in Hull, from Tracy and Dave in Liverpool, and Team Henderson in Wickersley are ready. Right, we're going to get going with the quiz. And the first round is everybody's favourite round. Everybody's favourite round. And that round, of course, is geography. Lots of Sheffield-based questions. I did warn you about that. So if you've done some revision and you know your Sheffield stuff, fantastic. If you're not from Sheffield, as we've seen lots of people in the comments aren't, they're from dotted around the country, I would like you to start things off with a Sheffield-based question. The first question is, pens and papers at the ready, please, drum roll and all that kind of stuff. Question number 1, geography. When did Sheffield become a city? When did Sheffield become a city? What year did Sheffield become a city? Okay, right. I'm going to bring you our first patrons question of the evening. There are plenty of these. I shall try to play them in the right order. But here is Dan Walker. Now, Dan Walker is obviously a sports presenter. He does Match of the Day and Football Focus and all that kind of thing. He's been on the telly today, in fact, doing a Football Focus from his house. So some of you may recognize his study from this video. But this isn't a football question. This, of course, is a geography question. And Dan has got this message to send and this question to ask.
Hello, everybody. Dan Walker here, and welcome to Theo's Big Night In, the quiz, hosted by the magnificent James Craig. James, you're doing a fantastic job. I've been asked to throw in a few questions. I've got some about Sheffield, and I've also been asked to do a few about me. They are slightly random, but I'll give you 5 in total, starting with question number 1. Sheffield is famously built on 7 hills, like the fine city of Rome. But how many rivers? 7 hills, and how many rivers?
Now, that's a good question from Dan. How many rivers does Sheffield have? How many rivers does Sheffield have? We know how many hills it has. Of course we do. As my amazing Sheffield phone case says, by the way, it's a great little Sheffield phone case. 7 hills on there. No more answers on the back of my phone for your information. So I'll give you 10 seconds to think about that. How many rivers does Sheffield have? And Dan shall provide the answer now.
The answer to that first question is 7 hills and 5 rivers. 7 hills and 5 rivers. They are, no extra pints for this, the Sheaf, the Don, the Porterbrook, the Rivlin, and the Loxley. Those are 5 Sheffield rivers. Well done if you got that.
Well done if you got that. Well done. And also, as Dan said, no extra bonus points if you did get all the correct rivers and the names of them there. So who's got the first points of the evening then? Put them in the comments. Just let me know if you got that one right in the comments. But we'll continue with the geography round. Okay, question number 3. What is the second longest river in the world? Not the longest, but what's the second longest river in the world? And I'll go through all the answers at the end of each round. Team Fat Lads from Dahl ready. Hello there, James Hope Gill. Fatty Campers here. Fantastic. Oh, so some people got Dan's question right. So some people off the mark already. I like that. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay. And question number 4. How many countries does the Amazon go through? How many countries does the River Amazon go through? Some people are convinced that they are winning after, 3 questions. I like that. Okay. Question number 5. Name the longest county in the country. The longest county from top to bottom in the UK. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about that. And then we have another patrons question, which is, of course, rather technically brought to you via my mobile phone. And I will show you. It comes from the 3-time world squash champion and legendary Sheffielder, Nick Matthew.
Hey, everyone. Hope you're having a great evening in with the Sheffield Children's Hospital quiz. Question number 1 from me is, at which famous landmark in the world have I not played squash? At which famous landmark have I not played squash? Is it A, Grand Central Terminal, New York, B, Sydney Opera House, or C, the Pyramids in Cairo?
Now, did everybody get that? Did everybody hear that okay? Basically, Nick has played squash all around the world in his career. Of course, he only retired about 18 months ago. But where has he not played squash out of those landmarks? Grand Central Terminal, the Sydney Opera House, or the Pyramids in Cairo? A couple more shout outs whilst we have a little think about that one. Hi from Ben, Charlene, Jack, Holly, and Holly Jones. The Cardwells. Hello to the Cardwells. Okay, and then Nick will give you the answer to that question now.
The answer is B, I haven't played squash at the Sydney Opera House.
Which is mind-boggling, isn't it? So he hasn't played at the Sydney Opera House, but, I mean, amazing. He has played at the Pyramids in Cairo, and he's also played at Grand Central Terminal in New York. That is why Nick is such a cool guy, and that is why Nick is a patron of the Sheffield Children's Hospital charity, because he's a cool guy. So, fantastic stuff. Okay, next question, number 7. What does Sheffield have in its boundaries that no other city has within its boundaries? What does Sheffield have that no other city has in its boundaries? Give you a few seconds to think about that one. Coming to the end of the first round. How's everybody getting on? I want to know how you're all getting on. There seems to be quite a lot of positivity. Hello from the Williamses in Rotherham. Lots of comments coming in. Everybody seems quite happy with the questions. Any prizes for last place? Are you that confident, Stuart? Really? Hi from the Breeds family. Shout out to the Fern family as well. Trying to do it together over Zoom. The joys of technology. That's wonderful. I like this. It makes me feel like I'm not sat in a bedroom talking to myself, which essentially, I am. Okay. Number 8. What country has the most countries bordering it? Which country has the most countries bordering it? Team Wilco are failing miserably. There's plenty of time to get it right. There is plenty more questions. Don't you worry. Okay, question number 9. Which 2 letters are on the top of taps in France? Easy for me to say. Which 2 letters are on the top of taps in France? Now, if you've not been to France or you don't speak French, you might be struggling here a little bit. You can have a guess, an educated guess, perhaps. Awful. Geography is not my strong point, says Dance Gemini. Donna Glossop, any McCarthy's on here? I don't know. Are there any McCarthy's on here? Hi from the Skilton family. And Nanny Watkiss says hi. Hello there, Nanny Watkiss, to you. Okay, and the final question from this first round, before we go through some of the answers. Of course, you already know if you've got a couple of points or not, from Dan and Nick, our amazing patrons. But question number 10 is Mount Kilimanjaro is the largest single freestanding mountain in the world. But whereabouts, as in which country in Africa, is it? So Mount Kilimanjaro is the largest single freestanding mountain in the world. Whereabouts in Africa is it? Hi from the Elliots and the Rogers playing jointly over Zoom from Sheffield and Stirling. Wow, I'm assuming that's Stirling in Scotland. Fantastic stuff. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds to think of any answers that you didn't get for that. And then I will go through the answers. So, pens at the ready. And you're going to kick yourselves because I'm sure that some of these you'll have known and you've not quite managed to get there. Okay, we'll start off. When did Sheffield become a city? When did Sheffield become a city? What year? Now, if you know this, I'm really impressed. It is 1893. 1893. I'm not sure who decides these types of things, but 1893 is the year that Sheffield became a city. For question number 2, of course, we had Dan Walker asking how many rivers run through Sheffield. He gave the answer, which of course was 5 rivers. Number 3, what is the second longest river in the world? Now, question 4, I actually gave you the answer to it. So the River Nile is the longest, but the second longest river in the world is the River Amazon. The River Amazon, running all the way through South America. And then that was a follow-up question, if you like, if you got that one right, for number 4. It was, how many countries does the Amazon go through? It goes through 6. It goes through 6 countries. Can hear some people kicking themselves already. Okay. Name the longest county in the UK. Any ideas, anybody? Well, I can tell you it is, of course, God's own county, Yorkshire. It's the largest county in the UK. It stretches from the North Sea coast deep into and over the Pennines, but that's width. So lengthwise, it goes from the River Tees to the Humber and then right to the south of our very own Sheffield. So it's a long county. So, of course, the longest county in the UK is Yorkshire. Number 6, we've already had Nick's answer for which landmark had he not played squash at, and that was, of course, the Sydney Opera House. So number 7, what does Sheffield have that no other city in the country has within its boundary? And that is a national park. A national park. The Peak District National Park, of course, is inside. The third of the city, actually, is inside the Peak District National Park, and no other city has that. So we're lucky, aren't we, in Sheffield, to be able to travel out to the Peak District. Okay, what country has the most countries bordering it? Anybody get this one? This one was China. China was the answer to that one. Number 9, which 2 letters are on top of taps in France? Now, the answers to this are the letters F and the letters C. F is for froid, which means cold, and C for chaud, which means hot. And also, I know, the pronunciation was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I did French all the way up to GCSE level. Finally got a point, Rebecca Upton says. Hello from Dave. You're a geography teacher, Andrew. So if there was a geography teacher on there, you've got no excuse, mate. You should be getting 10 out of 10 on that. Anyway, so that answer was out. That round was out of 10. So give yourself the points that you got right on that one. I'll give you a little break. Go and get yourselves a drink of something if you want. And if you've not, if you're already settled in and you think, well, we've not been doing it that long, James, I don't need a break. You can nip to the toilet or whatever. But you can text in to the number that is behind me. And if you can't see it very clearly, it is 70085 and text Theo's Big Night In. And that means that you can donate £10 to the Sheffield Children's Hospital charity, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming along. It's really, really appreciated. Keep the donations coming in, for the hospital that we are so lucky to have in Sheffield. Of course, take this time to pour yourself a drink. And the next round is the sports round. And I may, if you were paying attention or may not, have inadvertently given out one of the answers right at the start of the quiz. But, we'll try and forget about that one and try and be honest. So, out of 10 for the first round. Oh, lots of people are asking, what was the answer for question 10? I've missed it. I've missed question 10. Look at this. Okay, lots of people asking for question 10. Question 10, Mount Kilimanjaro is the largest single freestanding mountain in the world. Whereabouts in Africa is it? It is, of course, in Tanzania. Tanzania. There we go. Sorry, I do apologize. This is my first time doing something like this. And yes, do bear with me. But thank you. I've had lots of comments. I must have had 50 comments in there. Do let me know how many you've got out of 10 then. Now I've done that final question of the round. It is Tanzania. 6 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from James Hope Gill. He's proudly writing that into the comments. Andrew Hargrave, 6 out of 10. Now, are you the geography teacher, Andy? Because if you are the geography teacher, mate, you should be doing a lot better on that. Not a good start from us, says Lisa. 2 out of 10. Yay. From Gary. Well, you never know. I mean, that's probably about all I'd have got. The questions and answers have been given to me. James Biggin, 4. 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Well, that was obviously a tough round then, wasn't it? I'll blame Nick and we'll blame Dan for that, for their 2 questions, because they were pretty difficult in there. Anyway, we've had a long enough break now. After I managed to get the question number 10, I'll try not to forget any more of the questions, any more of the answers in there. So 3 out of 10 from the Fitzpatricks, 4 out of 10 from John White, 2 out of 10 from Rebecca Upton, 10 out of 10 from the Bullises. Wow, there we go. That's the first person who's told us that they've got 10 out of 10. Maybe the rest are keeping their cards close to their chest. Anyway, We've already had some patrons' questions, and we are going to get through some more of our patrons' questions. This round is sport, so this is a good chance for you to try and claw your way back. This is the round that I'd be trying to claw my way back in, and we've got all of the questions come from our patrons. And the first one comes from England cricket captain, an all-round nice guy and Sheffield lad, Joe Root. So pay attention. Here we go, and this is Joe Root's question to you.
Hi, I'm Joe Root, England cricketer and proud patron of Sheffield Children's Hospital. Who bowled the Super Over for England in the World Cup final that took place last year?
So if you missed that, it was who bowled the Super Over for England in the World Cup final last year. Who bowled the Super Over for England in the World Cup final last year? Also, when I show Joe giving out the answer in just a moment, you see if you can spot his pin badge. He's got a little pin badge of Theo on his T-shirt. So fair play to Joe for that. And I'll give you another 5 or 10 seconds. Lots of 2 out of 10s, lots of 4 out of 10s. Unfortunately, I'm not dressed as Theo. I am dressed as, well, I mean, you decide. I feel rather smart, actually. It's the first time I've worn a suit for weeks and weeks, which is rather nice. 10 out of 10 at the Nevin household, and all of us are from overseas. Wonderful stuff. Keep those coming in. And in the meantime, I'll give you the answer to question 1. So hopefully you've got something written down. And this comes from Joe Root, the England cricket captain.
Jofra Archer.
Jofra Archer, of course, bowled the Super Over for England in the World Cup final last year. Now, question number 2. You can mark these, obviously, as you go along. I won't be forgetting to give out any of the answers on this round this time. Our next question comes from footballer, young starlet, and she's from Sheffield, Esme Morgan. She has played for England at youth level, and she's very, very talented with a football. And she's kindly sent in this question. And there's a little bit of guesswork involved here. It all depends on if you back her ability. So here we go. Here's Esme Morgan's question.
Okay, so this question needs a bit of guesswork. I've got a ball here and I'm going to do some keepy-uppies with it. But the question is, how many am I going to do? Is it 5, 10 or 15? I'll give you a clue. It's my favourite number.
Now, no Googling what Esme's favourite number is, because that would be a real shame if you had to do that. But do you back her ability? Do you think that Esme is going to do 5, 10 or 15 keepy-uppies with that ball? You saw it. It wasn't a very big ball. Now, I'm getting lots of questions about whether I'm wearing suit trousers on or not. Well, that's information that I'm afraid I can't give to you at this moment in time. I mean, you can comment and try and guess and work out if I look like the sort of guy who is just going to wear shorts and trying to, con people. I have done a lot of Zoom meetings at work, actually, where I have done just that. Anyway, Esme, how many kick-ups do you think she can do with the ball? She will give you some evidence of that, so I'll give you another second. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've written something down. Multiple choice, 5, 10 or 15. Esme Morgan, how many keepy-uppies does she do with that ball?
Okay, here goes. 15. That's my favourite number.
Now, that's pretty impressive that she did exactly 15 and then chose to stop. I'm not sure I'd be able to do 15 at all, let alone 15 is my favourite number, so I'll stop there. So well done if you got that one right. So our next question comes from Matthew Fitzpatrick, who, of course, is a PGA Tour golfer. He's won several times on the European Tour, and he is a Sheffield lad. He's doing incredibly well. He's into the top 25 in the world golf rankings, and he sent us in, well, of course he has. He sent us in a golf question. It is multiple choice, though, so you have got a fair chance of getting it right. And here's Matt asking you a golf question.
Who won the Open Championship in 2019? Was it A, Tiger Woods, B, Brooks Koepka, or C, Shane Lowry?
Now, golf fans, think back to last summer. Who won the Open Championship? It was held at Royal Portrush. But who won it? Was it Tiger Woods, Brooks Koepka, or Shane Lowry? Who was it? So lots of people I think we kind of know who's the favourites. I'm just going to look down some of the comments. Hello, Rio Holden in the building, she says. Come on, Team Ed, get your acts together. Wow, there's some. Oh, thank you. It says I'm doing a great job. That's very kind of you. I don't think I am actually so far, but thank you very much. Hello from the Rogers family in Treaton. 4 out of 10 in the first round. There's lots of laughter as well, actually, and also lots of people speculating as to where I'm actually wearing a full suit. Maybe you'll never find out. Anyway, hopefully that's given you enough time to think about Matt Fitzpatrick's question to you. So hopefully you've got an answer written down. Was it Tiger Woods, Brooks Koepka, or Shane Lowry? And Matt will be giving you the answer.
The answer was C, Shane Lowry.
So well done if you got that one correct, guys. Well done if you got that one correct. So now we are on to question number 4 of the sports rounds. Thank you, by the way, again. I will keep saying this to all our patrons for sending these videos in. We've also got plenty more, for maybe next time, if this one goes okay, we shall see. Our next one comes from England centre-half, Millie Bright. She's a Sheffield girl, and she's been playing for England for a number of years now, but I won't give too much away on that front. And also she plays for the amazing Manchester City women's team, who just seem to be tearing everything up at the moment. But here is a question from Millie Bright, and she's also got a bonus point up for grabs as well.
So my first question, guys, is what year did I make my debut for England, and who was it against for a bonus point?
So what year did she make her England debut, and who was it against for a bonus point? Now, lots of speculation coming in here. Can you see my bottom half if we pledge some money? Now, that's not a request that I get every day. I'll be completely honest with you. Yes, please do pledge. It's Theo's Big Night In, 70085, or the Just Giving link just below this video in the description for the video. Dance Gemini got her first point. Fantastic. I thought Millie played for Chelsea. She does indeed. She did play for Manchester City, though. Of course, you're much more on it than me. The Ball family think you've just got your Speedos on. Really, Amy? Well, maybe I might not be revealing that. Anyway, hopefully you've got something down for Millie's question. What year did she make her England debut? And who was it against for an extra bonus point? And Millie will be giving you the answer in 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is 2016. I made my debut and I came on against Belgium.
So there we go. There we go. She came on against Belgium in 2016. So there we go. So hopefully some of you are 4 out of 4. Hopefully some of you are just off the mark. I know some people are off the mark. That's fantastic. And our next one comes from our next patron, who is Jessica Ennis. Of course, heptathlon, golden girl of the London 2012 Games. She's a remarkable athlete and also a remarkable human being. She sent us in this question, which I may or may not, if you were paying attention, just previous to the quiz, a couple of minutes before I started the quiz. The answer, but I'm not going to repeat that. I'll let Jess ask you the question first and see if you can put the 2 and 2 together.
Okay, what day of the week did I start the heptathlon in the London Olympics?
Now, that's a really good question, isn't it? What day did she start the heptathlon? 7 events in the London 2012 Olympics, of course, where she famously won gold. And that was the second highlight of her career, just behind becoming a patron of our charity, of course. I've got to stand up, apparently. Apparently, I've got to stand up. I'll give you effectively, that's a multiple choice question. There's only 7 days in a week. So it could only, you've got 1 out of 7 chance of getting it right. Jess is going to give you the answer now. Ears up, pay attention.
It was a Friday.
It was a Friday, of course. And I'm so relieved that we can now get past the hurdle that I actually played that before the start of the quiz in error. But the more I keep mentioning it, the more I'm drawing attention to it. So I wonder who is 5 out of 5 so far, because there's pretty good effort. If you are. Now then, we've already heard from him once on this quiz, and we're going to hear from him again because he's a man of many talents, as we know. He presents Match of the Day and Football Focus and lots of other programs on our TV screens. But, of course, his first love was football. So it only seems appropriate that Dan Walker, our patron, asks this next question on football.
Question number 2 from me, and I should say thank you so much for supporting this quiz. As a patron of Sheffield Children's Hospital, I love the place. I love the people that work there. I love the people who work in the charity. And it is just a wonderful thing to be involved in, this charity. I know there's difficult times for everybody at the moment, so we fully appreciate your support. And here is my second question. It is a football-related question. Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United, of course, fine teams from this fair city, but which one came first? Was it Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United?
Yeah. He means which one was born first. So good football question from Dan. A shout out, please, for Liam, who is coming up to 2 years post-transplant, which he had at Sheffield Children's Hospital. Hello, Liam. I'm glad that you are hopefully feeling a little bit better. And also, if you're enjoying tonight's quiz, that's even better as well. Hi from the Ash family. Big shout for Liam as well. Shout to Nelly, our team dog mascot. Fantastic. So a lot of people speculating there which team came first. Now, Dan is going to reveal the answer, and this is the final question of the sport round, but not the final question that we're getting from our patrons.
And the answer to that question is, sorry, Blades, Sheffield Wednesday. Formed in 1867, Sheffield United not formed until 1889. There you go. The answer to that one was Sheffield Wednesday.
Thank you very much to Dan for those questions. They were very good questions. He's a man of many talents, a geography question and a sport question. Now, top them up, have a running total. You should know it is actually out of 7, thanks to Millie's bonus point that she gave on her question. So see how many points you got, top them up, and then we shall continue with the next round very shortly. Now, do feel free to wander off and go and get a drink. I won't start the next round for a moment or two. But if you want to keep donating, it's Theo's Big Night In. Text in to 70085 or the Just Giving page, which I'm sure the team will be posting in the comment section again. So you can just open that up whilst you've got 2 or 3 minutes. 2 out of 7, 5 out of 7. Only time I've cheered for Wednesday. Wow. Well done on getting it right, I guess. 3 out of 7. 4 out of 7, 4 out of 7. No, it seems to be about the average. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Says Jane Spooner. Wow, not that good, but a total of 3 from the Parkers. Now that's good. Hopefully, it's limped you through to the next round. 4 out of 7, 2 out of 7, 7 out of 7 from the Ash family. Well done. I doff my imaginary cap to you guys. 5 out of 7. Golf fan let us down. Is there a golf fan letting you down on that? 4 out of 7. From Team Breeds, 3 out of 7 from the Talbots, 3 out of 7 from Gary. Say hi to Thea in Hillsborough. She has got 4 on that round. Well done to you, Matt Jennings, 4 out of 7. 3 out of 7. We're all Wednesday, aren't we, from Steve Hutton? I can assure you, we are not all Wednesday. Without giving too much away. 2 out of 7 from the geography and sport. That's your worst round. Never mind. But hopefully you've got yourself through. 3 out of 7 for Danielle. 4 out of 7 for Rob. And 6 out of 7 for the Bullises. Loving the quiz. Great job, James. Thank you very much. Have I got trousers on or what? Lewis and Lucy. Well, I'm going to have to keep you waiting until the end. I mean, it seems to be such intrigue. Who knew that this would be causing so much interest? Do keep those donations coming in. I know times are incredibly difficult for everybody at the moment, and it is the same for most people. Most people are stuck in and unable to work, but every penny is really gratefully received, as it is with every single event that we do for the Children's Hospital charity. So the next round, by the way, is music, TV, and film. So it's completely different to sport, but some of you might be going, oh, no, that's not my favourite round at all. 4 out of 7 from the Georges. Thank you. A lovely tie. Thank you. This is Matt Fitzpatrick himself, who's just given us a question. Who's logged on. Hello, Matt. And thank you very much for the tie. It's actually my dad's. I did tell people that at the start. It is my dad's. So if he is watching, he will probably not be best pleased with this. But it does go lovely with this jacket. This jacket, by the way, that is making me really, really hot. Team Breed saying hello to the SCH theatre team, the Sheffield Children's Hospital theatre team. Well done, Alex and family. 4 out of 7 need to do better. So top them up and we'll see how we get on. But without any further ado, I think I've given you guys long enough. I've prattled on long enough as well between rounds. So we'll be starting the music, TV and film round right now. And there are plenty of points up for grabs. Now we're talking, says Donna on the music, TV and film round. Okay, we'll start off then. Question number 1. Which school did Matilda go to in the Roald Dahl classic, Matilda? Which school did Matilda go to in Roald Dahl's classic book, Matilda? It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I don't think I've read that book, actually. I didn't write these questions, by the way. I'm not patting myself on the back for a really tough question. It's some of the team from the Children's Hospital charity who have put together this quiz rather magnificently. I've got to say, because I would have been scratching around. I mean, I've already messed it up a couple of times. Okay. Question number 2. Answers at the end, by the way. Question number 2. Where did the Arctic Monkeys play their first gig in Sheffield? Which venue did the Arctic Monkeys grace with their presence first in Sheffield for their first ever gig? Just which venue? Hopefully you're all having fun, by the way. I mean, hopefully it's just a bit of fun, bit of light entertainment, maybe getting those competitive juices flowing. I don't know. Some of you, I think, are sat doing it as a group, as in families. Some of you are not. Some of you have sort of divided the family in two, and I can only imagine some of the arguments that are happening across the sofa to one another. Okay, next question, number 3. When was Netflix founded? It's a multiple choice question. A, 1997, B, 2005, or C, 2013. So what year was Netflix founded? A, 1997, B, 2005, or C, 2013. We'll donate more if you show your trousers. Well, I didn't realise that this would become a thing. Genuinely, James Hopegill, I didn't realise that this would be such a controversial thing. I thought there'd be a lot of comments about my tie being a little bit loud, but I didn't think there'd be people speculating on what I've got on my bottom half. Truly, so I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to wait until the very end. If you do stay right until the very end, maybe I'll show you. Okay, next question. Which theatre production, which premiered at the Crucible Theatre, won Best Musical Production at the UK Theatre Awards in 2019? I'll repeat that. So last year at the UK Theatre Awards, which production won Best Musical Production? It actually premiered at the Crucible Theatre. So some of you probably went to go and see it. I think some people are absolutely thrilled that I'm asking about theatre, and I'm also asking about this play in particular, from the just judging purely off the comments. Okay, if you've had a little think about that. Of course, by the way, the Crucible, it's really sad. A lot of people aren't snooker fans, but in Sheffield, I think we all kind of have a little bit of interest in it. But that was meant to start today. Obviously, it's not started today, so bit of a bit. It's just a shame, isn't it? It's just a bit of a shame. But anyway, I digress. It's only because the Crucible was brought up that I thought I would mention that. Okay, question number 5. By number of films made, which country has the largest film industry? So by sheer number of films made and produced, which country has the largest film industry? That's not a loud tie. Have you seen Paul the Weatherman's ties? I have. And he actually drinks in a pub quite often after his shifts in Sheffield. I won't tell you exactly where. Some of you may know the pub that I am talking about. And he's quite often wearing those ties. Well, he's not anymore because he's kind of ditched them. He's kind of gone for the open neck look, hasn't he? Which I think actually is probably a little bit better. But yeah, this is quite loud for me, I've got to say. Massive snooker fan, says Alex. Sad that it's not on, isn't it, at the moment, the Crucible. Anyway, so hopefully you have got that one, number 5, and we'll move swiftly on to number 6. Who played Eve in the BBC drama Killing Eve? Who played Eve in the BBC drama Killing Eve? Now, I'll level with you. I've not watched this programme, but I think I probably would have got this. So if you do watch it and you don't get it, well, that's unfortunate. It looks like snowflakes. I think it's bluebells or something like that. That would be a bit weird, wearing a Christmas tie. Even though I could produce one, I'm pretty sure, from somewhere, but it'd be a bit weird. It's been nice weather, actually, so it doesn't feel like Christmassy at the moment. Okay, number 7. Which film animation of the year 2000 had the poster tagline, escape or die frying? Which film animation of 2000 had the poster tagline, escape or die frying? Great film. Absolutely brilliant film. I love that question. What a great question. Now then, we said it was music, TV and film, and this one is a proper music question. It's for the music purists amongst you. The ones who like their, to listen to Radio 6 music. That kind of, cool, edgy people. I am joking here. Question number 8. What was the imaginative title of Mr. Blobby's first UK number 1? What was the imaginative title of Mr. Blobby's first number 1? Now, that's a proper question. My dad's just called. He wants his tie back. You know what? He probably does. He's probably watching and thinking, that tie? I've just given the game away now anyway, haven't I? Fantastic. Okay, number 9. Number 9. Who had a UK number 1 with the song Cotton Eye Joe? I want the name of the artist or band. Who had a number 1 with Cotton Eye Joe? We all know this song. I'm not going to try and sing it before you start asking either. That's just not on. That is not on if you ask that, or even if you're thinking it. Okay, so have a think on that. And then our next question comes from George Harrison. And George is a former patient at Sheffield Children's. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2018. He had months of treatment and chemotherapy at the hospital's cancer and leukemia ward. But thankfully for George and his family, at the end of 2018, he rang the ward bell to mark the end of his treatment. And he's now back to doing well, as you're about to see. To say thank you for his care, George and his family have actually raised so much money. They've raised over £10,000 for the charity and for the hospital. That's absolutely amazing. So big round of applause for you, George, and hopefully from the people at home. But due to George still being in remission, him and his family have actually now been isolating for 5 weeks. But he's recorded a special question for us, and he's looking like a real cool dude from his back garden. So I will find that question for you now. And this is number 10. And lots of comments, by the way, before I do play this, saying George is an absolute legend and people clapping, etc. So George, well done. And you'll see how well he is doing here.
Question. Can you name all 4 Harry Potter houses?
Can you name all 4 Harry Potter houses? Now, I only want one word for each house. But George is about to give us like the full shebang. So I'm not sure if that helps or not. But the 4 Harry Potter houses, I'm just making sure, because in this room that I'm in, there is lots of Harry Potter merchandise. There's nothing behind me or in vision. So name the 4 Harry Potter houses. George will be revealing the answers. George is a true legend. He is, Phil. I completely agree with that. Go, George. Amazing work. Yeah, we clapped. Well done, George. Yeah, well done. Very good, Rachel. Nice stuff. So we have got a Just Giving page. It is in the comments section on the live chat. And also, if you do want to text in, it's Theo's Big Night In. And you text that to 70085 and that donates £10 to the charity. So hopefully, you know the 4 houses from Hogwarts, from Harry Potter. And I will play George reading the answers out now. So listen carefully.
The answers are Godric Gryffindor, Salza Slytherin, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Helga Hufflepuff.
Well done. See, he gave the full names out like a true Harry Potter fan. Clearly loves his Harry Potter. But if you didn't quite pick that up, I will accept Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. There are the answers. So top them up. That is the end of that round. But I need to give you the answers for the rest of them. So I shall do that now. So show us your Harry Potter underpants. We know that's what you're wearing. That's it. You've caught me. I had all the answers all over my boxes. I love that. Oh, Kaylee's halfway through a Harry Potter house jigsaw puzzle. That does help. That does help. Okay. So I'll go through the answers for you now. And we'll start off with number one. So which school did Matilda go to in the Roald Dahl classic Matilda? The answer was Cruncham Hall. Cruncham Hall. Number two. Where did the Arctic Monkeys play their first gig in Sheffield? Well, they played their first gig all the way back. I couldn't believe this when I read this in 2003, 17 years ago. And they played at the Grapes in Sheffield. The Grapes in Sheffield. There's a couple of people, by the way, asking for the number again. It's just behind me, 70085, 70085. Text Theo's Big Night In. I've always wanted to do that as a presenter. Sort of point to something that's behind me or on the screen below me. Anyway, there we go. We digress. So the Grapes in Sheffield is where the Arctic Monkeys played their first gig. Okay, number three. It was a multiple choice question. It was, what year was Netflix founded? A, 1997. B, 2005. C, 2013. The answer was 1997. 1997. I feel bad now. The fact that I only kind of knew what it was about a year ago. That's interesting. But 1997, I think that might catch a few people out. The Just Giving link, by the way, is just in the comment section once again. Okay, next answer is which theatre production, which premiered at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield, won Best Musical Production at the UK Theatre Awards in 2019. Now, it was everywhere, this, wasn't it? It was an amazing theatre production. It was Standing at the Sky's Edge. Standing at the Sky's Edge. Now, if you've not seen it, I'm not sure. It's probably on around the world somewhere. It'll probably be on Broadway within the next 6 months. Once everything is back to normal, it might already be. I don't know. I'm talking complete nonsense. But it was absolutely brilliant. So well done if you got that one right. Okay, number five. By number of films made, which country has the largest film industry? The answer is India. India has the biggest. Of course it does. Bollywood is amazing. And a good friend of mine from university who used to love his Bollywood films, he was like, Bollywood is better than Hollywood. And he kept saying it all the time. I don't know. I've not really watched many Bollywood films, but India is the sort of largest film industry producer in the world. Okay, number six, back on our screens this week. But who played Eve in the BBC drama Killing Eve? Of course, the answer is Jodie Comer. Jodie Comer. And I've just been told, actually, on the comments, this is the beauty of interaction, Standing at Sky's Edge is back at the Crucible in December. Fantastic stuff. All being well, fingers crossed for that. Okay, number seven. Which film animation, I love this answer. Which film animation of 2007 had the poster tagline, Escape or Die Frying? Of course, it was the brilliant Chicken Run. You're going to kick yourselves at that, aren't you? If you didn't get that one right. One of my favourite films. I bet a lot of people put Finding Nemo because of the fryer and all that stuff. Anyway, we won't go into that. Number eight. What was the imaginative title of Mr. Blobby's first number one? Now, only the cool music people will be getting this one right. But the answer was Mr. Blobby. That was why it was so imaginatively named. I've been told that some of these answers are wrong. Eve isn't Jodie Comer. Sandra Oh plays Eve. Well, there we go. There we go. I'm obviously... I'm being told in the comments. Children's Hospital Charity. If you put Sandra Oh for number 5, you are right. Or it was number 6, actually. But for number 6, you are right. Eve is Sandra Oh. Eve is Sandra Oh. See, I told you I'd never watched it. I didn't write these questions. I'm washing my hands of all responsibility for that. Eve was Sandra Oh. Eve was Sandra Oh. Eve was Sandra Oh. I think Eve was Sandra Oh. So if you put Sandra Oh, give yourself a tick. And if you put Jodie Comer, wrong. So there we go. Sandra Oh. No, yes, correct. It was. And then Villanelle is Jodie Comer. Well, I wouldn't have got that one right then. But like I said, I've never watched it. So anyway, back to Mr. Blobby. So Mr. Blobby was the imaginative title of Mr. Blobby's first album. I love that. So many people cross. It was all, I wish I'd have passed that off as me winding people up. But actually, I've never watched it. And these questions have been written for me. So there we go. You're loving this, Louise. Well, I'm glad you are, because I've got a bit of a dab on now. Oh dear. Anyway, okay, number 9, another one for the music purists. Only the cool people will be getting this one right. And that is, who had a UK number 1 with Cotton Eye Joe? The answer was Rednecks. Rednecks. Stu Chalmers, Mr. Blobby played Eve. Might as well have done. I mean, Mr. Blobby could have played Eve. And I don't think I wouldn't have known it. I'd be none the wiser. I hope you're all enjoying this, by the way. It's it's just a little bit of fun, isn't it? And thank you for all being so kind in the comments as well. Okay, and we have also had a guest question from George Harrison, and he named the Harry Potter houses. So you will know you'll have a total out of 10. And we can, hopefully you can top them up. Let us know how you're getting on. 2 out of 10, 4 out of 10 from the Bulleters. You were doing well, weren't you, Maggie? I thought you were doing really well last time, I heard. 5. Okay, 5 out of 10. That's not bad either. Keep those coming in. And again, nip off, get a drink, nip to the toilet or whatever. I might take this jacket off in a minute, actually. Now, keep it on. Got to keep the style going, haven't we? 6 out of 10. This is great fun. I'm glad that you're having good fun with this. It's brilliant. I'm doing a great job. Well, thank you very much. It's not about me. It's about these lot. Get donating. 70085. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 10 out of 13. Not bad. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 5. 8 from Team Breeds. Fantastic. You're getting all these in now. 1 out of 10. Blimey, Neil. But it was Sandra Oh who played Eve in Killing Eve. Just remember that. It wasn't Mr. Blobby and it wasn't Jodie Comer. 4 out of 10. Smashing it. 5 out of 10 for the Ironside, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10 up the blades from Tia Sheldon. And is it 1 point for question 10? Yes, it is 1 point for question 10. In fact, you know what? Scrap that. It's not 1 point for question 10. It's hard. Some people have struggled to get 1 on that. So give yourself a point. We'll make the round out of 13. The round is out of 13 anyway. So give yourself a point for that. Point for each one on the houses front. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It's not out of 10. Give yourself some more credit. If you've got the houses from Harry Potter right, you can give yourselves a couple of extra points for each of the houses. So if if you are having a little break, you need to pin off, sticking the kettle on, pouring yourself another drink. Don't forget to donate. It's 70085. Donates £10 if you text Theo's Big Night into that. There's also the Just Giving page, which is popping up frequently throughout. 8 out of 13, 9 out of 13 for the Hope Gills, 10 out of 13 from Tia. There we go. 6 out of 10 from the Ash family. Well, look, keep those coming in. Keep those coming in. And, there's no prize at the end of it. It's just your own pride. Maybe you're playing against each other in the house. So, also as well, this is something that I've not mentioned yet. If you're having fun and if you are sat in having a great little setup and you've got a bit of food out and you're making it a proper big night in, which is what the whole point of this is meant to be, I want you to send a selfie in. Send a selfie in and tag at Sheffield Children's or tweet hashtag Theo's Big Night In. It's quite a long hashtag, that one. But if you tweet at Sheffield Children's, we want to see them. We want to see your little setups that you have got on, got going on this evening. Loads of points, actually. I think me giving some Harry Potter points out there willy-nilly is actually kind of giving it's giving people a bit of a boost. People go, oh, right, well, I've got more points then now. Fantastic. Well, I'm hoping that's giving you a bit of a boost. Our next round, by the way, just to pre-warn you, we'll get going on that in about 30 seconds' time. It is a general knowledge or a Sheffield knowledge round. I know there's been a lot of Sheffield questions in this quiz already, and I know there's not many people who aren't from Sheffield taking part, but if you are from Hull or Liverpool or Stirling or the Netherlands and you've forgotten a lot of your Sheffield knowledge or you didn't know any at all to begin with, well, I'm sorry. I did tell you to revise for this a little bit earlier on. So, 4 out of 13 for Team Billhouse, 7 out of 13 for Nikki Swift, 8 out of 13 from the Lows. What, no prize? I thought we won some PPE. Very good. 10 out of 13. Let's not go there. So, please do keep donating as well if you do get a moment. It's all for good fun, and hopefully you're having a bit of a laugh. Hopefully at my expense as well. I really don't mind if you are. But yes, do keep those donations coming in. Okay, so the first general knowledge question comes from legendary Sheffielder, as he calls himself on this video, professional Sheffielder, Pete McKee. Lots of you will have Pete McKee paintings up. I should have actually got one up behind me, to make it feel like a real Sheffield quiz. But here is the first question from the general knowledge and Sheffield knowledge round, and it comes from the legendary Pete McKee.
Hiya all, hope you're keeping safe and indoors. This is Pete McKee, professional Sheffielder and artist. I'm here to ask you some art questions. What flowers were numerously painted by the wonderful artist Van Gogh, which I believe is the correct pronunciation of his name? All right, stay safe. See you soon. Bye.
That was good from Pete, wasn't it? Good one. And he's not just asking us a question, he's also educating us as well, because I've been saying for all my years on the planet, I've been saying Vincent van Gogh, as I'm sure many of the others have as well. So it was what flowers were painted in the famous painting by Vincent van Gogh, or Van Gogh to you and I. We'll give that one answer out at the end of the rest of this round. Anyway, without any further ado, we shall move on to question number 2. Hopefully you know the answers for that. Hashtag for Twitter, by the way, I've just made it up, but hashtag Theo's Big Night In. It's quite a long hashtag. But at Sheffield Children's, if you do want to send a photo of you guys. There we go, just been answered for me, as if by magic. Okay, question number 2. Now, a lot of us from Sheffield will love our Hendersons relish. But how does it differ from Worcester sauce? How does Hendersons relish differ from Worcester sauce? And before you all start commenting, yes, I know it's better. I know it's much, much better. But that isn't the answer. Yeah. And as you can see in the comments, don't forget to tag us in at Sheffield Children's and we will retweet you. So if you fancy a few people seeing your cushy little setup or your anger at each other as you've divided your family into teams this evening, please do keep those photos coming in. Can't do selfie as we have an Alexa, iPad, laptop, PC, phone looking up the answers. Now, James, that's completely against the spirit of everything. Apart from when I give out the wrong answers and then that's absolutely fine. As has happened a couple of times. Okay. Question number 3. What is a lug oil? What is a lug oil? Now, if you're not from Sheffield, you're probably not going to be able to guess that. There's not really much educated guessing you can do on that front. But what is a lug oil? Okay, do I need to repeat number 2? I think some people need me to repeat number 2. How does Henderson's relish differ from Worcester sauce? How does Henderson's relish differ from Worcester sauce? And the number 3 was, what is a lug oil? What is a lug oil? Okay. And our final celebrity question on the night comes from the incredible Chris Basham from Sheffield United. Now, he's a hero to certainly one half of the city. But he is going to send us a question. He has been with Sheffield United from the League One days. Oh, how we remember those in days gone by, or would rather just forget them, I think, if you are a Blades fan, like myself. I don't mind saying it, but I'm wearing a blue tie to even things out. So, Chris Basham sends this. This is our final celebrity question of the night.
Hi, everyone. Chris Basham here. Hope everyone's having a great evening. What a great hospital to have right here in Sheffield. Now for the question. What is the oldest football club in the world? Is it A, Sheffield United, B, Sheffield Wednesday, C, Sheffield FC, or D, Hallam FC? Of course, the answer is...
Yeah. So we will turn that off because he gave the answer out rather quickly there. However, Chris Basham was asking which is the oldest football club in the world? Is it Sheffield United? Is it Sheffield Wednesday? Is it Sheffield FC? Or is it Hallam FC? Or is it Hallam FC? I will play the question again for you.
Hi everyone, Chris Basham here. Hope everyone's having a great evening. What a great hospital to have right here in Sheffield. Now for the question. What is the oldest football club in the world? Is it A, Sheffield United, B, Sheffield Wednesday, C, Sheffield FC, or D, Hallam FC?
Right, he's very keen. He really wants to nip in there with the answer, does Chris Basham. If you know the answer to that one, I'll give you another 10, 20, 15 seconds to write that down. Is Chris Basham really a celebrity? I think he definitely is. Yeah, he's definitely a celebrity. And he's a great man because he sent in a question for tonight's quiz to help with Theo's big night in. So even if you are an owl, you can't begrudge him of that. That's all I'd say to that. Easiest one so far, says Donna. Really? Okay. Well, I'll let Chris Basham give you the answer. Of course, it was a multiple choice one. So scribble something down quickly. And Chris will give you the answer now.
Of course, the answer is C, Sheffield FC.
Of course, the answer is C, Sheffield FC. They are the oldest football club in the world, recognised by FIFA. The second oldest football club in the world is Hallam FC, but they play at the oldest ground, Sandygate. Just a little bit of sporting trivia there for you. So thank you to all our celebrities, by the way, for their questions. I know that some of them have tuned in to take part tonight, which is wonderful. So thank you very much to all of them, and thank you very much to Chris Basham for that question. Okay, we will get on with our next question. And it is, what year did the Sheffield Supertram open? What year did the Sheffield Supertram open? Hi to Sheffield Children's Hospital charity, Sheffield Children's Hospital nurses Andrew and Sarah Wellsby, beating us in the quiz, but they are from Sheffield. Yeah, there are lots of Sheffield-centric questions. So what year did the Sheffield Supertram open was question 5. And question 6 is, why are the blades called the blades? Why are the blades called the blades? That's Sheffield United, by the way, in case you were wondering, in case you didn't know that. That is, you know, why are Sheffield United called the blades? Okay, number 7. What is the name of the working men's club in the Full Monty? That's the film, the Full Monty. What is the name of the working men's club in the Full Monty? Well, actually, having a couple of seconds to write that. I was actually on holiday a couple of years ago now. And there were some Americans there, and they were sort of chatting to me. Whereabouts are you from? I'm from the UK. A town called Sheffield. They were the Full Monty. They all knew. They all knew what it was, what Sheffield was, because of the Full Monty. So whatever you think about that film, it's put us on the map all the way across the pond. I couldn't believe it. I thought of all the things to know Sheffield for. Anyway, number 8. Here's one for the Wednesday fans. Why are Sheffield Wednesday called the Owls? Why are Sheffield Wednesday called the Owls? Andrew Brooks says Worcester Sauce tastes like glue. Yeah. That's a little nod to the Everly Pregnant Brothers song. Okay. Number 9. Now, this one, you might need no calculators allowed, but you need to probably write some of these down. So I'll go through it really, really slowly. How many meters are there in a half marathon? How many meters are there in a half marathon? I'll give you a multiple choice because you can't possibly know that. Okay. How many meters are there in a half marathon? A, 21,082 meters. 35,682 meters, or 22,345 meters. I'll go through those again. How long How many meters are there in a half marathon? Is it 21,082 meters? Is it 35,682 meters or 22,345 meters? Where are the Leeds United questions? There aren't any, I'm afraid. Maybe next time. Again, I'm washing my hands of this. I've not written this quiz, so don't blame me. I'm also not going to tell you. Look, all the Leeds fans, like everywhere. Unbelievable. But hello, welcome. Everybody welcome. Look at all this marching on together that's going on there. Has anyone on here, by the way, ever run a half marathon? Add a comment if you have. I bet loads of you have, and I'm going to look bad here for not actually running one. All right, another question then. Who has run a half marathon for charity? These aren't questions, by the way, that you get marks for, just so you know. Now we're on to the last question of the quiz. I hope everybody has enjoyed it. This is the very last question, and it will be coming shortly. It'll be coming via video. The last question of the night is from Myla May. So Myla May, she's 5 years old, and I've been lucky enough to spend a little bit of time with Myla May at the Glow Run at Christmas. She is great. She is wonderful. She exudes energy. And a couple of years ago, she was diagnosed with a rare genetic condition called aplastic anemia. So Myla and her family, they had to live in isolation for 3 months whilst they waited for a donor. So if you think that staying at home right now is difficult, just imagine that. That was 3 months in isolation waiting for a donor. So Myla's donor was found, and then after a transplant and chemotherapy treatment, she is now doing well and she is back at school. And you can see how full of energy she is on these videos, on these last questions. And I can see that so many of you have run half marathons. You ran the Sheffield half for Team Theo, for Team Jack. My husband ran the one that didn't officially go ahead, ran for the prostate cancer charity. Mark Swift ran the half marathon for the Sheffield Children's Hospital charity. Nice one, Mark. Love that. Hannah Elliott run the Sheffield half marathon many times, much fitter than her sister in Stirling. I like that. My dad ran the Great North Run in 2012 for the Children's. He's never run again since. Well, to be fair, I did a 5K the other day, and I was exhausted. I won't lie. So this is all absolutely mind-boggling. The Biggins as well. James Biggins does marathons in his sleep. Wow. I can only imagine that. I've run a bath once, burnt my foot testing the water. That's the kind of humour that we're after. Run a few. Did Snowdon 7 with a member of the Hartley family for Team Theo. Nearly killed me, but it was brilliant. Well, look, this is absolutely fantastic. 6 Sheffield half marathons, Chester half marathon. Brilliant. I would love to go through them all, but we will get on to the last question of the quiz, and it comes from Myla May, who I've just been telling you about.
Who did Bertie Bassett marry in the Sheffield factory in 2009?
So, who did Bertie Bassett marry in the Sheffield factory in 2009? That was Myla's question. It's a good question. Really good question. Whilst you're thinking about that, shout out to Will Staniforth, who just realised that there's a quiz on. Fantastic. Nice one for joining us, Will, if you have done. Go Myla. Fantastic. She is a little star. She's fantastic. Big shout out to the water station helpers as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because a lot of those are from the charity, and they do that, and it's a great help. I'm led to believe I've never run one, so there we go. So Myla's question was, who did Bertie Bassett marry at the Sheffield factory in 2009? And also, because it is the last question, I will just say once more, please keep donating. Theo's big night in to 70085. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been a bit of a laugh, because I've actually really enjoyed myself. I was really nervous, but you guys have been so kind on all the comments. You've been so kind. The Just Giving link is once again on the live chat, so you can click on that. And if you don't know where it is and you've sort of lost it, if you just search on Just Giving, you will definitely find the page for this. And also, I just hope you've all enjoyed it. And also, it's not a yearly thing. We're going to hopefully do it again in like 2 or 3 weeks' time, which is amazing news if you've enjoyed it. And if you've not, well, sorry. And also, I'll try and vary the dress up a little bit again. Anyway, the final answer from Myla, I shall give it to you now.
The answer is Betty.
So if you missed that,
The answer is Betty.
look at the enthusiasm from Myla. So the answer, of course, was Betty to that, which was brilliant. So there we go. So Bertie Bassett is happily married to Betty, and maybe he's even isolating with her right now. And hopefully they're enjoying themselves. Maybe they're even watching the quiz. Maybe I'm being completely silly. People keep telling me to stand up. I may do at the end, but I'm going to make sure that you stay on because that is the final question. But of course, I've not given out the answers, so I will do that right now. Okay, so we heard from Pete McKee. Pete McKee asked us, which flower did Van Gogh paint? Of course, we all thought it was Van Gogh, so he educated as well as tested us there. Well, the answer to that was sunflowers. There we go, that famous painting. Vaguely remember it from school after when Pete kind of mentioned it. Okay, number 2. Well, how does Henderson's relish differ from Worcester sauce? Apart from being miles better, of course. Worcester sauce tastes like glue, as somebody did mention. But the answer is that Henderson's relish is suitable for both vegetarians and vegans. So it's just another reason why it is good, because it's inclusive to everybody. Henderson's is great. I love Henderson's so much. Okay, number 3. This is one of my favourite questions of the entire quiz. The question was, what is a lug oil? Now, you lot from Sheffield, you've been listening to this quiz with your lug oils, haven't you? Because lug oil is your ear. Now, if you're not from Sheffield, you'll be thinking, what on earth are those lot on about? Somebody said it sounds like something that a doctor should be removing, which I thought was quite funny. Okay. We've, of course, had Chris Basham's answer for question number 4, which was Sheffield FC. So we'll move on to question number 5. The answer for that was, well, the question was, what year did the Sheffield Supertram open? Now, some of you, it'll seem like 5 minutes ago. For me, I just thought it had always been there. The answer, in fact, was 1994. 1994. Can't believe that. That's 26 years ago this year. Incredible. Big shout out to Ward 6. Yep, I'll do that. Stand up for the Children's Hospital charity. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Yeah, great quiz. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Rio, as well. Shout out for the Badham family. Hello, Ashley Badham and family. Thank you for taking part. Ruvs asks, so I'm a lug oil, nose and throat surgeon. Yes, no. Yeah, if you're an ear surgeon, you're a lug oil surgeon. You can tell people that, Ruv, if you want. And by the way, fantastic, because that is a really cool and amazing job. So yeah, if you're a lug oil surgeon, brilliant. Anyway, I'll move on. Why are the blades called the blades? Well, it's a nod to Sheffield's cutlery industry. It's a little nod to Sheffield's cutlery industry and the steel industry. The blades, I mean, look, give yourself a point if you feel like you got close enough to that. 5 in a row from Jill. Fantastic. Shout out to all the staff on PCCU. And thank you for this quiz. We've enjoyed it. I'm so glad that you have. Okay. I'll just give out these last few answers and then I'll stick around and maybe chat to a few of you on the live chat, and then I'll leave you to it, leave you in peace with your Saturday evening. But we'll go through the last few answers. I also want to know how you've all done, because I've kind of got a gauge of who's doing well and who's not. Okay, what is the name of the working men's club in the Full Monty? Now, those American people that I encountered on that holiday may know this answer. But the answer, of course, is the Shire Green Working Men's Club. Shire Green Working Men's Club. Say hi to the outpatients. That's exactly what I'm doing. Say hello, outpatients. I'm a lugologist. I'll have to update my profile. I really enjoy that. Oh, dear. Okay. So Shire Green Working Men's Club was the name of the working men's club in the Full Monty. Why are Sheffield Wednesday called the Owls? Any ideas? And it's not because they're always asleep during the daytime, as somebody pointed out a little bit earlier on. It's because they were based originally in Ollerton, which of course is spelt like Owlerton. So that's why. Ollerton, Owlerton, that's why, because that's where they were based to begin with. So it could have been a really amusing answer to that, but I'm afraid it's just purely geographical based answer. Okay. And the last answer to give out on tonight's quiz, because you've already had the answer from Mile and May, was how many meters are there in a half marathon? Now, the answer is A, 21,082 meters. Now, there's a bit of pointless information for you if I've never had it. Well, now, tot all your answers up, tot all the questions up, and maybe just put in the comments what your final totals were. If you've won the house battle, I want to know who won out of the family. Is it mum, dad? Is it brother, sister? I want to know. Let me know on the comment. Big shout out to Ward 6 from Liam Robinson. Can you do a big shout out to Brian and Val? Hello, Brian and Val. A big shout out to you. I'm not reading that one out, I'm afraid. This has been brilliant. Shout out to PSU. Big shout out to you guys. That's from Kaylee as well. A good way to spend the evening. I'm glad it was. I've really enjoyed it as well. I'm not sure if you can tell by the big grin on my face. Now, some of the scores are coming in, so I'll rattle through some of them. 23, 18 from James Biggin, 7 for us. Is that just on that round or is that on the whole quiz? 22 for the Watkis family. Thanks. Great time. Thanks for a great quiz. We got 30 out of 38. Fantastic. I didn't even know it was out of 38. 9 out of 10 for Team Clark on that last round. 27, 13.5 out of 40. 24. That's not bad. That's not bad. 21, 24, 23, 25 total. This is good. A massive 29 for the White family. 28. Well done, Chris Eccles as well. Eccleberts. 22, 26. Hey, there's some good scores. I'm really glad that a lot of you seem to enjoy it. James Hope Gill with 31. Now, that's good. I think if you're in the 30s, that's specialist knowledge right there. 26 out of 43, 23 out of 40, minus 57 for Team Bamford. Lots of thank yous coming in as well to the Children's Hospital charity because, you know, they do such amazing work. And also, whilst everyone posts their scores, do look at each other's on the live chat section and see what everybody else got, see how you fared against the rest of the field. Do keep texting in. Theo's Big Night In, 70085. If you text Theo's Big Night In to that number, you donate £10 to the charity. All money going to the Children's Hospital charity at a time when, well, look, we all need it, but the Children's Hospital charity needs it the most. A lot of events have been cancelled. There is a Just Giving page as well. You can donate whatever you want, you know, on that page. Any penny is gratefully received. 24 out of 40 for the Vernons, by the way. Both got 16. And I just want to say a massive thank you for taking part. It's been, I know I'm sitting in a room talking to myself down to it, you know, into a laptop, but it's made me feel like I've been with a load of friends tonight. It's been great to have some interaction and interact with seeing a few of you interact with each other on the live chat. So thank you very much for having me. That is the end of the quiz. Another date that we're looking at for the next quiz is Saturday, the 9th of May. So let us know what you thought of this one and maybe just try and keep an eye out for that one on the calendar. Maybe you can try and organize it with some friends, do it on FaceTime. I know a few people have done it on Zoom sort of at the same time and tested each other against each other from different households and all that kind of thing. That's really good fun. And if we can try and provide that, that's great. And if you want to spread the word, spread the word. Thank you so much for all the kind words. It's lovely. People are now asking for the trousers. Now, I'm going to be really boring. I wish I had thought of something really wacky. But just to keep most of you on, it's just some chinos. I absolutely promise. There's nothing untoward about that. Just some chinos. I'm very dressed up. See, I bet you thought it was a Velcro jacket or I just ripped it off and then I'm back into my vest. 34, I think, from Benjamin Salter. That looks like a very high score. Look, thank you so much. I've really, really enjoyed that. And the 9th of May, I hope to see you all then. And maybe we might even make it a little bit more professional. I'm not sure if that'll take the gloss off it or not. But yeah, there we go. And that is the quiz. And I can see people logging off in their droves. A lot of people having a bit of banter on the on the live chat with each other. Go and enjoy another bud. Well, I've got one here. I've not got through much of it because I've just been talking constantly at you for the last, however long. Hopefully, I've not been too annoying and I've not been too slow with the answers. Next time, bikini. Can't promise anything, but it's an option, isn't it? It's an option. No, don't change anything. Okay, I'll keep it as informal as this then. We'll see. I'll have a chat with the charity guys and see what they thought of it. I might be sacked. You never know. And also, a big thank you to all the patrons as well for getting all the questions in. We're still here, James. Well done. Fantastic. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. We'll come on the 9th of May if I come in my Speedos. Thank you so much. Hey, no problem. I'll potentially do that. I need to go out and buy a pair of Speedos first. They're so well, I suppose my dad's got a tie that I've nicked. I could just nick his Speedos. Who knows? Mankini, not quite sure about that. Not quite sure about that. Well done, all involved. I agree, James Biggin. Well done. And also, we'll donate triple for the bikini. Well, in which case, then I've got to do it, haven't I? If that's a pledge, James Hopegill, absolutely. So, Theo's Big Night In, text 70085. If you're just logging off and you haven't donated already and you're thinking about it, please do. 70085, Theo's Big Night In. Please and thank you. And the Just Giving page as well, which has been posted repeatedly in that live chat throughout the evening. Next quiz should be done in the style of charades. Well, that's an option as well. I've got a few different ideas up my sleeve for some different rounds. So maybe we'll try and expand it a little bit. Impressive shame that I can't go out. Well, yes, it is, but you know, there we go. Fantastic night in. Thank you very much, David, and thank you for tuning in as well. Why 2 doors in a small room? Well, one is a wardrobe, and then one is the bathroom. Rather glamorously sat outside the bathroom. Thank you, Matthew Headley, for tuning in. Really enjoyed that. Anyway, I'm going to go now. If you want to interact with me, you can. You can continue to do so. I have got several texts to go through. Nick Matthew, very funny. When I was playing Chris Basham's answer out, or playing his question out, it nearly moved on to the question, and I was like, I dropped it, and Nick Matthew very kindly texted me saying, "Did you drop your phone down your Speedos?" The answer to that is no. Thank you from Liverpool. No worries. Bye-bye. I hope you're all safe and well, by the way. I hope you're all safe and well. Should we all get dressed up and maybe tweet our photos? Why not? More the merrier. I think that sounds good to me. Do keep that coming. Great night. Thanks. But Sheffield beer next time, not US. Well, look, maybe. Now, I'll try and find something. I'll try and find something from Abbeydale or Kelham Island. How's that? We will stop being cheeky. No problem, Russ Danzy. The Danzies. I went to school with Russ, of course. Hello there. No, don't go. Well, stay on. I mean, I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the evening. I think there'll be a few people from the charity wanting to talk to me. So maybe I might just stay on talking. There's still 200 of you watching, which I find unbelievable, even though the numbers are going down slightly now, which is fine. You can keep talking to me. You can keep talking to me if you want. Matt Civil in the comments there. Bye everyone. See you next time. I love this. The interaction between each of you is great. Over 1,300 quid raised this evening. So if you are still on, a big round of applause. That is amazing. Tell a joke. You know what? I'm not very good at jokes. Oh no, lots of people are asking me to tell jokes now. I might just log off. I might just end this stream. But I feel whilst there's still 200 of you online, I can't really just log off and do that. Tell a joke. Go on. Oh no, this is great. We've just cracked the red wine open. Oh, good grief. I think people are... It's £2,500 now, by the way. £2,500. I'm going to give you a big clap. I think you should all give yourself a big clap as well. A massive round of applause. A huge well done for taking part. A huge well done for joining in as well. I've got to try and tell a joke. Well, a lot of my jokes that I tell, believe it or not, are actually quite rude. So I'm trying to think of a relatively clean one. Have I got any golf tips? I do not have any golf tips, I'm afraid. As you well know, James Hovegill, you've played golf with me many times, and I definitely don't have any tips. I can teach you how to thin one. I'm waiting for me to stand up. Well, Melanie, no, okay, Mel, right. I've stood up once, and I'm not going to stand up again. But I've just got my chinos on. It's nothing. There's nothing amazing about what I've got on. I'm not standing up again. I'm not showing you again. It's weird. It's odd. Looking forward to the skydive in September. Well, I hope I'm going to undo this button, by the way, because I'm getting a bit hot. I feel like I'm clocking off from work now. You know, I feel like does anybody watch Suits? I feel like, you know, Mike or Harvey Specter from Suits just undoing the tie, leaving the office. A dad joke. There's loads of jokes. I can do that. What do you call a donkey with 3 legs? Wonky. That's Matthew Webster's joke. That's pretty good. Well done, mate. The gin is out. See you next time. That was brilliant. I'm not sure it was brilliant. I mean, what was great, by the way, wasn't it? I'm sure you'll all agree, was the videos. They were fantastic. it's nice that they've sort of taken their time to do that and send questions in. Some of them were quite good questions, weren't they? Who was the best celebrity question, in your opinion, guys? I thought Pete's was quite good, actually. Educational as well, wasn't it? With the Van Gogh and Van Gogh thing. Also, what was the worst question? Because I think the worst question for me, not from the patrons, I'm not putting them through that. The worst question for me was probably the fact that I said that it was the wrong person who played Eve in Killing Eve. Sandra Oh. I mean, the name rings a bell. I've never watched it though, so I don't know. Good night from Team Bilal. Yeah, a fantastic amount raised. You raised a very good point, Ava, there. £2,500 is a stupendous amount of money for a quiz that has kind of been cobbled together and thrown together, and it's just me sat in a bedroom. I think that is just amazing. So thank you so much for that. I mean, that is, every penny raised is amazing, and the fact that people have hopefully enjoyed themselves whilst raising that money is great. I'm not reading some of these comments out now. Okay, I'm going to log off at 9 o'clock. That's my cut-off point. I've got another 4 minutes of talking absolute nonsense to you 100 or so people who are left watching. Goodness knows why you're still watching, by the way. I just feel like I've been put under pressure a little bit to stay on. I'm going to just send a couple of texts whilst I'm here. Oh dear. Yeah, lots of people are texting me the same dad joke, actually. Best celebrity was Pete. Thought the kids were awesome. The kids were awesome, weren't they? Both George and Myla doing their questions. They were good questions as well. Myla's question, I like that. Proper Sheffield question. Buying into it. Can we have more child-friendly questions next time? Taken on board? I think we can. I think we can probably have a kids' TV round or something like that. Maybe we'll look into that. I'm not promising anything, but we'll... You know what? You lot are making me laugh, actually. Stay on here. I said I'd stay on here till 9 o'clock. And stay until 9 a.m. You don't want me here till 9 a.m. You really do not want me on here till 9 a.m. And also, I wouldn't stay. I'm logging off in 2 minutes. That I promise you. I'm logging off in 2 minutes. Must wear slippers next time. Best charity ever. I agree. It is the best charity ever, Josh. Lots of you have been more active than others. I love it. I think next time you need to spread the word for Saturday, the 9th of May, if we do it. Then it'll be hopefully for the same thing. Hopefully we can raise even more money next time. That's the main point. Raise even more than $2,500. But not only that, we can I'm getting distracted by it. I need to block these comments off. We can, not only raise more than $2,500, but also, just get more people involved, get more people watching, more people donating. If you have enjoyed it, I don't know if you have or not. I'm not just saying that for, say you'll go, oh, you were brilliant. I'm not doing it for that. I just want you to tell all your mates for next time, and then more people watching, more interaction, because it's funny when people are interacting. Any more? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm getting a few texts now, which is very kind of people. What do I call a one-legged donkey? A wonky donkey. Sorry, a wonky. Anyway, that I'm not saying that a joke any more times. Lots of people are texting me that joke. I reckon we could go on until at least 10. Could we go on till at least 10? What we need then, if we're going to go on, look, all right, I'm going to stretch it 5 more minutes, 9:05, and then we're done. Next time, dress as Theo. That's a good point. I think I probably should do that. Joe Root had his little pin badge on. Do you see that? I know it was hard to tell when I was just showing you on my phone, but it was. I thought that was pretty good. Less Sheffield questions next time. Well, that's fine. I mean, maybe. It depends how many more people start watching it. If loads of people are from Sheffield watching it, well, then, it's fair enough asking the Sheffield questions. But if not, we will try and do a little bit less. Also, do you like my phone case? It's a Sheffield phone case. I can't believe people are actually logging back in to watch this. This is very funny. Steel, Hendos, Pulp, look, a little nod to the snooker on that bit. What other bits can you spot there? 5 Rivers. In fact, actually, good job I didn't show you too closely earlier on, because that was the answer to Dan's question, wasn't it? 5 Rivers. I've forgotten the names of them all though now. Don, Loxley, Porterbrook, Oh no, I shouldn't have started that off. I should just say, I remember them all. Do you? Was I at the Team Theo ice hockey match? I wasn't actually. I wasn't. More Sheffield questions, says Rebecca. Brilliant. Spread the word. Stay safe. Brilliant. More Sheffield questions next time. Okay. Well, it's 2 against 1. More people have said Sheffield questions next time than not. So there we go. Razor Bud, mate. Cheers. Cheers, Matthew. That is my second one of the night. Some very kind messages coming in. Some very kind messages. I think I will call that a day now. I'm sorry if that was your evening entertainment. And do keep your tweets coming in at Sheffield Children's. And I will say it one last time. Theo's Big Night In. Text it to 70085 and also onto the link as well. Thank you, Catherine, for a good night as well. Thank you for joining in with all the fun. It's been great. And I'll see you again soon. Why not finish off with a song? Absolutely not. I'm going to go. Thank you all for taking part. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the 9th of May.